Hi everyone, I hope you're good guys, and today I'm gonna talk about delay and I'm gonna show you my delay rack and I explain you why I have this rack right here. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I already make two similar kind of rack, this reverb rack and this EQ rack. So basically this rack are more like a kind of preset selection. I take the best preset or the preset I like the most and I put them inside the rack, and like this I have a quick access to my best preset. So the main reason why I've created this rack is to overcome inspiration block when you're creating your own sound of preset. It's happened often to me, for example, if I open Ableton or Wavetable trying to create something original, and then what happened is I found that I'm always creating the same kind of sound using the same delay, the same reverb, and I found like everything is sounding the same and I can't get out of this. So this rack for me is more like a spare wheel or an emergency rack, I will say. What I mean by that is it's not the rack that I will use on every session on the track, but on the opposite, almost never I will use him. Only when I really don't get any inspiration and I really need to get something to save me from this block inspiration. So I will further explain to you the rack and the different delay, how I program them and why, how we can improve them, how some of the extra tips, features that each delay can have to make it even more interesting. And yeah, but I really recommend honestly to make your own rack with your own delay to get your own signature sound inside the rack. And then I will show you like how the combination of these three racks can completely change the same sound. I'm gonna take the same melody and with like in this analog and play with different value. So let's dig into the rack. So this audio effect rack is the one we're gonna talk today. So as you can see, it's an audio effect rack with 7 different chains where I include in each chain delay. So it's mainly, I think I only use the echo plugin. And the way it works is first you have like the toggle on off button of each delay, which is gonna be assigned to each macro. So delay 1, this one is assigned to macro 1, delay 2, this button to macro 2, and the same goes for mute. And if you go there, the thing I've done, as you can see, if you put minimum to 1, that means like when I'm controlling the macro, when it's on 0, everything is deactivated. But as far as it's in more than 0, so from 1 to 127, it will activate the plugin and the mute. So this way, you save your CPU, you don't have all the echo working together, and they are all deactivated. And you only use the one you activate like this. So basically here it's more like a switch. You know, it's just like you need to go more than 0, and all the rest is for nothing. And then you have this macro who is controlling the dry rate of your delay. So it's each of the dry rate from each delay has been assigned to this macro, so it will control the dry rate for each. So let's dig into the first delay. Let me explain you a little bit. So let's dig into delay 1, and you can see this one is not a sync delay. You can actually play with the time in real time to get this kind of richer twin delay effects, like you can use the feedback to make the effect longer. Alright, and then control the amount of the effect you want. Just always be careful with the feedback, don't go too wide. If you go after 90%, you start to be in infinite loop, and just be careful because you can destroy your ears and your speaker. So that is for the first delay. You can see second delay now. It's more kind of a classic ping pong delay with both left and right sync and both linked together. Then we have delay 3. Delay 3 is more like kind of a classic stereo delay with 2 different time for left and right. They are both synced to the BPM. But the interesting thing here is if you go to modulation, you can see I modulate with the LFO, I modulate the time delay. So you get this detune effect over time. I don't know if you can hear, I'm gonna Okay, that's a bit too much, but if you apply it gentle, you get if I play long note, you can hear it better. You can hear this slight pitch modulation over time. Then we have got delay 4. So this one is kind of, you can use it more like kind of a reverb, I would say. Like it has a tone of a reverb, like a room reverb space, that I would say. Like this is like to get something different than the classic stereo and ping pong delay. You see, like it's more acting like a reverb room rather than a proper like delay that you use usually. So here same, you can play here to get different kind of effect. Same with the feedback for the land. And yeah, I usually hear like, so because even if it's the same, I put like a bit of offset delay, and by doing that you get this nice effect. Let me show you. So here is, and without, you get this nice effect. Alright, let's jump in delay 5. Which this delay is similar to delay 2. The delay time is different and the delay mode is not ping pong but stereo. See, it was delay 2, was in 3 and ping pong, and here is in stereo and 2. Always here, I always put a little bit to add a bit of offset. This is more like kind of classic delay. So then you have delay 6. This delay is a combination, I would say, of delay 3 and delay 4. What I mean by that is like, it's more like a delay, like a reverb, like the delay 4. You see, like it was like kind of sounding like a reverb room. But you have the characteristic of the delay 3 that you have this pitch modulation. So that's why I say it's kind of combination of both. Oh, let me remove that. So yeah, you get this room effect plus this kind of detune effect from the delay 3 together, and you get this kind of delay. And then finally delay 7. So this one is a kind of has effect delay, if you're familiar with the has effect. But what I mean by that is like it's very stereo, but I apply to this one LFO modulation on the delay time and on the filter. So like this you can still get this detune effect, and you get as well a filter modulation. Like basically you can apply this filter, get modulated as well over time. So let me show you if I play a longer note. Okay. So that's very nice for sustained note. So yeah, basically, if you play, let me. You can really. Each delay get its own characteristic. Just find the one who fits you the most. You can obviously combine two delay, just be careful because the gain will be a bit too loud. For example, you can combine one which is more acting like a room with one which is more like just be careful with the gain. One thing I forgot to mention is obviously, for example, if you like this delay 4, instead of keeping the whole rack, usually what I'm doing, I'm just taking the effect outside of the rack and then getting rid of the rack, and then doing the same for the reverb and the EQ, making things a bit more clear in your session. Alright, so now I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate you. I have like here different example. So it's the same sound with the same MIDI note playing. It's like basic so with no filter, no modulation, like it's the basic preset of analog. And I've put like different kind of parameter with EQ, delay, and reverb, and you will see like just by changing this parameter from this rack how you can get different kind of Alright, and I could continue go on and find even different kind of stuff. There is really like a lot of possibility, and all of this was always the same basic analog preset, nothing has changed. And and here it's like just 4 notes, but if you play chord, the effect is even stronger. So yeah, that's really a tool that I like to use. I'm not always using all the time all together, but like when I have a block, when I'm blocking, I'm like, oh my god, I'm always doing the same kind of sound and I cannot find something. This rack can help you to kind of going somewhere you didn't want it, or you didn't expect it to go, and then overcome this inspiration block. Alright, I hope you liked the video. The rack will be in the description. I will try to make a rack similar for the Live 9 user, but there is some stuff that I couldn't be able, like the LFO modulation and stuff like that. I won't be able to do it with the Live 9 plugin. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you soon. See you Sunday. Bye bye.